Kurupt, what's good?
Oh man, I'm just posting with my brother, man. He's a bully. I gotta let him know.
A lot of people know you from the West Coast, but you actually grew up in Philly.
Yeah, I'm born in Philly.
At what point did you move?
No, 16.
Okay. Okay, so from 16 on, you were in L.A.
Indeed.
Okay. What part of L.A. were you at during that time?
Hawthorne.
Hawthorne.
My father lived in Compton. He moved to Hawthorne because he didn't want me in the streets, so he moved to Hawthorne. And I moved to Hawthorne with my father. Then I moved to my neighborhood off of Crenshaw and Slauson.
Okay.
When I was 18.
Okay.
Indeed.
What was it like going from Hawthorne to Crenshaw Slauson, which, was a very, very different type of place?
I mean, it was pretty good because the neighborhood loved me because I was on the mic and they was like, I was the neighborhood MC, what I'm saying, neighborhood rapper. They would just love me, like, man, Kurupt. He from the neighborhood and he bosses, so it wasn't really bad, but it did have a reflection on my life. Right. It had a imprint on my life for my mentality, the people who helped raise me at that time to become a man. Draws, Nicky Bam and Big Bam and Chico and Sleep, Key to Rock. All of these influences that was like, we don't want you to be like us, we want you to be better. It was like that neighborhood story. And it was real and I was shocked. Which, tell you the truth, the more they didn't want me to be from the neighborhood, the more I wanted to be from the neighborhood. It's crazy.
Was that the first time you were around gangs when you moved to Crenshaw?
Oh, no. When I first moved to Hawthorne, when I was young and I used to come and visit my father, because I would visit every summer before I moved there. And he lived in Compton then, so I'd be around my cousin Burger. And he was in the Santanas, and I'd go see my Auntie Carolyn, my Auntie Carolyn and Mackie and Burger and all of them. And that was the first gang thing I saw. Burger was active. Yeah. And then, moving to Hawthorne, my first real gang experience was all through Hawthorne, as far as, actually getting checked or somebody on your heels, nigga, take them shoes off. I ain't taking shit off. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go to my house and get my gun and shoot you. Now, I'm like 17 years old. This kid was like 13.
Wow.
I'm gonna go to my house and get my gun and shoot you. I said, man, get out of here, little boy. He said, what? Started pedaling.
Oh, he was on his bike?
Yeah, on a bike.
We tried to jack you on his bike.
Man, a little boy came up to me because I went and picked my nephew up from Hawthorne Intermediate. Each day I would go and get him. This is when I graduated. Because I was 17 when I graduated. I went and get the kid this one day. Little boy came up to me and said, such and such said, you need to take your shoes off. It was a little boy. He had to be like 9.
Wow.
I'm like, what are you talking about? I mean, such and such said, you need to take your shoes off. I'm like, man, get out of here, little boy. He said, okay. He went down there and told the kid, and the kid rolled up on a bike. He said, Blood, you need to take your shoes off. They had my all blue Nikes on, Air Force.
Oh, because you were wearing blue in a blood neighborhood.
Nikes on, all blue. I didn't know it was a blood neighborhood. It's fucking Hawthorne, for God's sake. Fucking like the suburbs around this mother. Not no more.
Okay.
That nigga said, hey, Blood, you gotta take them shoes off. I was like, man, I ain't taking shit off. Get out of here, little boy. You're a kid. He said, what? I go to my house and get my gun and shoot you. I said, man, get out of here, little boy. He said, okay. Whew. The only thing is, I knew he was serious, especially the way he left.
So as soon as you started to pedal off, you're like, okay.
I'm like, man, I ain't worried about this kid. I told my nephew, come on, we're gonna play a game. It's called Who Can Get to the House Faster? Come on. Let's go. And started chucking. So I'm out of this motherfucker. Yeah. This nigga was not playing, man. He was serious.
Did you run into him again?
I wasn't even gangbanging then.
Did you ever run into him again?
Nah, thank God I don't, because I'm from 60s. So it'd be all bad.
No, I meant like after that, you know, like a couple days later or a week later. He didn't live in the neighborhood or nothing? Well, I mean, he must have.
He lived in that neighborhood.
Right, because he went to
the house was down the street. I know who he is. He's a killer.
Oh.
Yeah, he lived down the street and down the corner to the right. Okay. He was no joke. And he grew up to be a beast.
It started early.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, he's real. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, that's, you know, I've been around the real ones, man. You know, I ain't the toughest man on the planet, you know what I'm saying? I've been through some scuffles and things where I had to get, you understand me? I'm just corrupt, cuz, you know what I'm saying? I'm not active. I don't gang bang. You understand me? My neighborhood is Crenshaw and Slauson in the 60s. That's where I'm from, and that's just it. But I sure did chuck down them streets, I tell you that. And any nigga that tell you they didn't ever have an altercation like that, they lying.
Well, when Deep Cover came out, and everybody's ears perked up, because it was the first shit that you heard from Dre in a long time.
That was the first video. You know, when that video dropped, Dr. Dre and them accepted me. I was in, and we all showed up at the video, and I just felt like a star. Felt special. I felt like, wow, like I'm in.
Yeah.
And we just showed up at the video, and we were just there. It wasn't about us being in it or anything else. It was just about being there.
Yeah.
And it showed me what stardom is about.
The video came out. Mm-hmm. Everyone started to get excited about Dre's back. He got a new artist. You know what I mean? I remember like, oh, Dre got this new dude. Like, you know what I mean? Snoop Doggy Dogg.
You remember that, huh?
It wasn't Snoop. It wasn't Snoop Dogg. It was Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Yeah, it was.
And I remember, and the movie was dope. So kind of the whole energy around it was real cool. So you guys were working on The Chronic at that point. Right. Well, you know, you were very instrumental on that album. What do you think was your greatest experience working on that album?
The first record Dr. Dre allowed me to be on, which was Stranded on Death Row.
Okay.
You know, and he finally gave me my opportunity. He said, Kurupt, I got this record for you. Take it home, write to it. This is the record I want you to be on. Mm-hmm. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. I said, oh my God. That's when I knew, like, I'm officially in now. Yeah. Dr. Dre's giving me a beat. Oh my fucking God, this is amazing. I'm in. I am fin to destroy every MC on the planet.
What changed?
With Dr. Dre and Snoop and Suge's clearance, that is.
Right.
As soon as they let me go, cuz I'm Wolverine, man. I'm finna eat everything moving, my nigga. I'm a slice and dice. They're onions, man. They're onions to me, cuz. Just break them down into pieces, my nigga. So when Dr. Dre sent me that Stranded on Death Row, gave me that, and then I laid it, and Dr. Dre liked it, I said, I'm in. Forget it.
Now, you know, I'd heard Dre makes you do a line 383 times. Like, was he doing that, you know, when you were doing The Chronic?
If it's not right,
you know what I mean?
You're going to do it 360 times.
Right.
But when you know, one take Jake, one take Willie from Philly, like, got him.
You got that in one take?
Man, I hit shit immediately.
Okay.
Bow! Dre be like, ooh. But nowadays, though, Dr. Dre be like, redo it, redo it, redo it, redo it. I be like, damn, cuz I'm getting old. When you can get Dr. Dre to tell you, that's it. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, he's a perfectionist. And his perfection changes lives, bucko. Changes lives, buddy.
So you were on the Chronic.
Indeed.
And then you were on Doggy Style.
Of course.
And then Dog Food dropped?
Nope. Murder was the case.
Murder was the case, right. The Murder was the case dropped. And you were on every one of those.
Of course.
You know?
I made the cut.
Every time.
That's what we called it, making the cut.
Making the cut.
You gotta make the cut. If you make the cut, you in.
You in.
Yeah, but you know what? You could be a star. That don't mean you're gonna make the cut.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, get it together. You gotta make the cut.
If
you make the cut, you good. Now with Dr. Dre, that cut is not easy.
The New York video.
Indeed.
A shooting happened during that video.
Totally. That's why we kicked over everything that we could think of.
Aha. So the kicking down the buildings was almost like a response to the shooting happened. Originally the video wasn't supposed to be like that.
What would we do it?
How tense was the situation at that point when you guys did that video?
It wasn't tense until they shot at us. Totally.
And then it got worse.
Motherfucking right.
Were you on?
We was hurt. We thought New York would love us for that record. It's a Melly Mel record.
Yeah.
It's New York, New York.
Big city of dreams.
And I put battle raps on there, and we thought they would love it because it was like, New York is the epicenter, it's the mecca of this mic. And I put that mic shit on there, man. And we thought we in now. Oh, we in. All we gave a fuck about was winning over New York and them saying, you guys are good. You guys are tough. That's all we gave a fuck about. Not record sales, none of that, but I just wanted to be known as a great MC. And they shot at us, cuz, while we kicked everything the fuck over. So because we don't know who the shooter is. Right. He was like fucking dust in the wind, nigga. Nobody know who Cuz is.
So originally, the whole concept of the video was supposed to be completely different. It was supposed to be
the whole concept of the original video was to get all the New York rappers in with us.
Yeah.
And have a good time. We was Times Square. We wanted Nas there and Biggie and everybody that was rocking at the time. We wanted them right there. Big L, I think was still alive. Big L, we in the mall. Come on through, man. This record is dedicated from the West Coast to you guys who opened up these doors for us. They didn't see it like that. And they shot at us. Well, they didn't, but the streets did.
The streets did.
They wouldn't understand it. They couldn't understand it, and they just rebelled. They had a little help. Somebody told them.
You guys were shooting.
Somebody gave them some pump up to make them want to respond to us that way. So since we couldn't pinpoint nobody, we came up with the only thing we could think of. We're gonna let New York and the entire world know the way we feel. Since we got shot at and people could have got hurt. And then we're gonna go to New York a week after the video's released to let them know that this is serious to us and real. Now we're here, shoot at us again.
Nothing happened though.
Exactly. Thank God. Because you know what would have happened if it did? We wasn't leaving then. 6-0.
Now, this shooting happened after the Source Awards, or before?
Good question. If I wasn't so old, I'd probably remember.
But it was around that time.
I don't know. You tell me. You're the historian. I just lived it. Shit. God damn it.
August of 1995.
Was what?
Was when the Source Awards happened. Source Awards in August of '95.
Indeed. I think definitely the Source Awards happened first.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
If we'd got shot at and went to the Source Awards, cause it'd have been all bad. You could better believe that.
Okay.
And that's not just us. I ain't talking about us. New York. New York would have went crazy. They was just dumped on us, and we come up into the Source Awards. New York ain't no punk, cause they are not punks. They came to that motherfucker, boy, like, you know what? We woo, ooh-wee, you hear me? Yeah, so definitely Source Awards happened first, and then New York, New York. Definitely, because after New York, New York, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Whew, I don't know if niggas would have made it out to Source Awards without bodies on the floor.
When Suge got on stage and said what he said about Puffy and them, I mean, did you guys have an idea about what was about to happen?
We didn't give a fuck. Who would give a fuck?
Yeah.
Once Suge pushed, it was over, man. Puffy's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
But shit, man, we from the coast. There ain't nothing we can do at that point but get down. So, you know, we wasn't really thinking about none of that, but we love Puffy and Biggie.
Yeah.
So we was like oh, fuck. You know what I mean? Because we love Puffy, we love Biggie. Suge pushed the line.
Yeah.
Now what are we supposed to do? The only thing to do is smash.
Well, you on a certain side at that point. You can't really play the middle ground anymore.
What middle ground?
Right.
From Death Row from the door.
Yeah.
Dog Pound Gangsta Crip.
Yeah.
That's what we was pushing from the door. So, our bad.
When you look at how things ended up with the the shootings.
Well, see, the thing is,
with
even when
losing.
we was in that zone,
Yeah.
that's what made everybody separate. Cause it was like we don't agree with certain things. Because that could have cost us our lives, or we could have hurt somebody we really like and love. You know what I'm saying? So we was like, man, we done with this shit. Because we love Puffy, we love Biggie. Period. That showed us real right there, where we might definitely have to hurt these guys. And we don't want to hurt Puffy or Biggie. Like, fuck, man, that's preposterous.
Yeah.
And then, at the same time, there's other things going on. We don't want to hurt these guys as well. And Dr. Dre leaves. Oh, it's over. Game over. Dr. Dre's gone. And then Pac is here going ham on everything.
Everything.
And we used to really love that type of shit. But we got older. We was getting older. We was becoming men. And it's like, it's just a little too late. You know, after Dr. Dre left, I was the first one to leave. Not Snoop, not Daz, nobody. Me, I was the first one to leave from the Dog Pound.
Right after Dre left.
Right after Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre left, and then I left.
Okay.
It's over.
Well, when you wanted to
Forget
leave,
it.
When you wanted
Forget
to leave,
it.
was there a...
Forget it. I'm out of here.
I mean, was it easy to leave, contract-wise and stuff like that, or was
Never.
it... No, not easy.
No, the one who taught me how to leave was Lisa Left Eye Lopez.
Right, because she was with Death Row at one point.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Before all of that, when I left Death Row, it was Lisa who taught me how to leave.
And how was that?
How I could leave business-wise.
Okay. How did
If I
Left
tell you,
Eye,
I gotta kill you.
how did Left Eye join Death Row? I've always wondered the
Who
story.
knows, man? Lisa was hood, man. Lisa was raw and uncut.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Who knows, man? Lisa picks her own shit. She does it, and fuck, what can you do?
And she worked a lot with you guys?
Oh, definitely, man.
Okay.
Lisa was a worker. That's all she did was work. Her and Natina, my son's mother, Natina, Reed from Black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry about your loss, by the way.
She was a great lady. She was a great lady, man. And, And she gave me my son. You know, it's crazy. She was such a great lady.
So Tupac was there and Death Row was still going crazy. You decided to leave at that point.
I decided to leave because, I mean, you know, just to be honest, you want the real or the fake?
The real.
All right. You know, my girlfriend at the time was the #1 girl in the world.
Foxy
Right,
Brown?
well, right before I got with her. Before I got with Inga.
Okay.
Before then, I decided I'm gonna move back to Philly. And I got in some trouble. And I met some people who was good at business, Joe Maroon, who could get me out of my situation and all that. He was a lawyer. And I decided to make him an executive, introduce him to this game. Mm-hmm. Then I met Foxy Brown. Then when I got with Foxy Brown, I knew it was real. I mean, my girlfriend is the biggest shit in the globe.
Right. And you guys were engaged.
Fucking, I am Kurupt. I am the greatest MC from the West Coast. And now I got this thing in Philly with such a great partner, Joe Marone, and Ty, and Freddie. How can you beat it?
Things were lining up.
So that's when I said, you know what, I'm out this motherfucker for real. And I flew all my shit back. I sold all my dogs. I had a kennel of 22 dogs. I sold them all.
Okay.
Got it. Sold my house in Van Nuys. I'm out of here. I'm going to Philly. My bitch is from New York. You hear me? And she's #1.
Right.
God damn it.
So when I interviewed Talib Kweli, this was in, I'm looking up right now, it was August of 2013, and this got 500,000 views on YouTube. He said that Kendrick was quoting you in the in his verse, in the control verse.
It's my killer. Sleeper cell.
You called yourself the king of New York in a previous song, and when he said it, a lot of people didn't realize it.
King of New York. What is the king of New York? What did Kurupt mean?
You tell me.
By king of New York.
What was the whole verse?
Incredible.
Hold on, maybe I could look it up.
You want mine or Kendrick's?
Your verse.
I'm important like the Pope. I'm the king of New York. I'm live from South Central. I'm a Muslim on pork. That means I'm the fucking worst. And that's all it meant. I'm the fucking worst. I'm important like the Pope. I'm important, nigga. I'm the king of New York. His name was Frank White. You notice how since somebody from the West Coast will say they're the king of fucking New York, they automatically assume we're disrespecting New York.
Right.
I'm sick of that shit. We don't have a problem with you, New York. Stop it, my nigga. King of New York is a fucking movie. It's a fucking movie. Biggie called himself Frank fucking White. Who is Frank White?
Christopher Walken.
Wrong. He's the fucking king of New York. It's a fucking movie, man. We don't want your city, your country, your town. We know what we from Los Angeles, we from Compton, nigga, Watts, Inglewood, nigga, we are the West Coast. Why the fuck would we want to be where you at, nigga? We don't like your fucking streets. We like ours, cuz. Ours. We don't have a problem with you guys, my nigga. We don't have a problem with y'all, cuz. Sorry about that. I had to get that up.
Of course.
We don't have a problem with you, New York. Stop it, cuz. We can say your name without you feeling like we're going against you, my nigga. There is no competition. We're family. okay? New York, Los Angeles, Detroit, we're all family. Wisconsin, anything in America is all family. Mm-hmm. My big brother's Pete Rock. Yeah. Okay? Raekwon. Okay? It's not always a problem. And when I said it, nobody said shit. Then when Kendrick said it, everybody wanted to go against the boy. And to wake the whole entire coast up for the wrong reasons, cuz. You don't want to wake us up for the wrong reasons, man. We're not playing. I think everybody should know that by now. We're not going to allow nobody to touch anything from the coast. There's consequences and repercussions for anything from the coast that gets harmed from out-of-town bullshit. You understand me? We love New York, Miami, Atlanta, New Orleans, Texas, Arizona.
Chicago.
Especially Chicago, the windy, cuz. Come on, man. Okay? We love y'all. But see, we never had problems from Chicago, from New Orleans, from Texas, Arizona. They West Coast. But New York, they always want to feud, man. Stop. We love y'all, like my homeboy Bobby Schmurder, man. Yeah. It's my nigga right there, cuz. He fuck with my nephew Jabari. You know what I'm saying? He hood. So it's like, you know, it just gets irritating that you can't say anything without somebody getting upset about something when nobody really wants to get down, cuz.
Did you and Kendrick ever have a conversation about that verse after he did it?
Of course.
Okay. Can you share any of it, or is that?
If I tell you, I gotta
you gotta kill me. Okay. But how did it?
I'll let you know this.
Okay.
He wanted to make a point and he made it.
Oh yeah.
And the crazy thing about it, cuz nobody really knew. Like, damn. Kurupt is who he fucks with and look up to?
Yeah.
You motherfucking right. And I got a couple more sleeper cells out there. You hear me? Sleeper cells.
When the whole Roger Sterling thing happened, you and V. Staviano were seen together.
That's right.
That's your homie?
That's my killer. Indeed. It's my little home girl.
Y'all knew each other for a while?
Indeed.
When all this broke, what was your take on it?
Well, that's why I went to go see her.
Okay.
You know, because I didn't know what was going on. Somebody called me and told me V was in trouble. So I went to go see her. All that mess cracked. I had to go check on her. I do that with any of my friends. Make sure she's all right.
She was all right?
Totally. There's a little turmoil going on, you know what I'm saying, with all this bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Were you surprised that Sterling had to sell the team after all that happened?
I mean, hey, you know, Mr. Sterling, I don't have a problem with this guy. He's a great guy, but the thing is, you gotta keep your game clean, man. These people are always trying to take somebody down. And look, he's a good man. They took a good man down.
So you don't agree with what happened?
I don't agree at all. They took a good man down. So what? What, man, they took a good man down. He ain't did nothing to nobody, my nigga. He didn't do nothing to anybody.
Well, you know what was interesting?
Who did he harm? Mm-hmm. What's the crime? Oh, him and his wife had problems?
Well, he was racist.
So the fuck what? Isn't that what it is? Now, another thing. He's racist. He's saying all these things about niggas and all the rest of that. What the fuck did everybody thought he was? before they heard it. They didn't believe an elephant was heavy. They had to see it.
You would think that someone that owned a, that owned a
what's
company
crazy
with
about
mostly black
okay,
people.
So which one of these motherfuckers is white that you think ain't?
Mark
You
Cuban.
shake hands with all these racist motherfuckers. Are you white?
I'm white.
All right. Are you racist?
I don't think so.
You know, I can tell. It's in your eyes. The people you work with. Mm-hmm. What about your grandparents? I'm just saying, no.
Well, from what I read, it seemed like even
you judge people off their merits and what they do. You don't judge them off their history and that bullshit, man. Look, if you don't like the guy because he's racist, don't work for him, nigga. The fuck you gonna do? Change him? Niggas older than your grandparents. Fuck you gonna change these people?
Well, V. Staviano seemed like she was still with Sterling afterwards because there was some situation.
'Cause she don't give a fuck. That's why I went to go talk to her and let her know, man, fuck these people. You and Donald is good, man. Fuck everybody, cuz. Just do what you do. Enjoy yourself, man. And just relax. And have a ball. And if you let this guy, he's your homeboy like that, or whatever y'all fucking doing, who gives a fuck? Enjoy yourself. Now, the wife is upset. She didn't like the nigga at all from the first fucking place. How you know? Because she was quick to bounce out.
Yeah.
Marriage is, you're going to have infidelities in marriage. And when your wife is really with you, they don't leave.
Yeah.
Man, she was so quick to jump on the motherfucking train to Georgia, nigga. It was over.
Yeah.
She was just looking for a motherfucking scapegoat.
Yeah.
Okay? Real is real. When you're married, your husband is going to make mistakes. You might make mistakes. I tell people all the time, don't get married if you can't understand this equation. If your wife or your husband was to fuck around on you, would you stay? And they say no, or they say, well, I don't know if I would. You're not ready to be married. Mm-hmm. Married means you're there for life, cuz when they fuck up, you still stay. You should have never got married.
Yeah.
And they have to fix themselves too. Okay?
Yeah.
You got a fucking billionaire nigga and shit. Man, this ain't the only girl he been around. You mad at her? Why? Because it got public? What about the other motherfucking bitches?
Well, I interviewed...
That she knew about. But since it didn't kick up so much dust and noise, she couldn't utilize to crack the game. What about them? Out of all the years they've been married, you think this is the first thing that came in the problem? Get the fuck out of here. Lady, I ain't mad at your game either. I'm going to tell his wife too. I'm not mad at your game either because you do what you do. I'm not mad at your game, okay? I just know your game. Get it together. I'm from 60s.
Lil Wayne went on Twitter.
Uh-huh.
Hold on.
No way. Are you serious? And then what?
Okay, so Lil Wayne went. I'll go ahead and read it to you.
Okay.
He said, to all my fans, I want you to know that my album won't and hasn't been released because Baby and Cash Money Records refused to release it.
Damn.
This is not my fault. I am truly and deeply sorry to all my fans, but most of all, to myself and my family for putting us in this situation. I want off this label and nothing to do with these people, but unfortunately,
oh my God,
it ain't that easy. I am a prisoner, and so is my creativity. Again, I am truly sorry, and I don't blame you if you fed up with waiting for me in this album, but thank you.
Are you serious?
Yep. Now
that's his real Twitter?
That's his real Twitter, and I called his manager and the president of Young Money.
Oh, that's deep.
And these guys, when I run certain things by them, if certain things aren't right, they'll hit me right away and say, no, that's not what happened. Boom,
oh,
boom.
That's pretty deep.
They didn't respond. Not to say that it's true, but usually when I get it wrong, they'll respond and tell me what's
Hey, that's
really
pretty
going on.
deep. And that's his real deal?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know Wayne?
It's my guy.
And you know Baby, you've already said that.
That's my killer. Baby Insulin.
Yeah.
Wayne is my guy. Damn. Ooh-wee. That's deep.
It seems like the two of them really do have a father-son type relationship. I know Baby refers to Wayne as a son to people he talks to, you know, that's not just a, you know, an entertainment thing.
Indeed.
It's a real thing.
Totally.
I was surprised it happened.
Yeah, me too. Wow. That's a lot.
Think the two of them will work it out? Knowing what you know about both of them?
I think we shall find out. Indeed. We'll find out. Damn. That's a lot. That's deep.
I mean, we're talking about what, a 20-year relationship?
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying?
2 decades.
But you know what? A lot of people go. Me and Snoop and Daz went through our ups and downs.
Right. You and Daz.
You know
I remember I came by the studio this one time, man. This was probably about 8 years ago, 9 years ago. I was by the studio running a bunch of pit bulls.
Sounded like when I was with Death Row.
I think you were with Death Row at the time.
Right.
And I remember we were talking about doing a mixtape, and I said, well, listen, right now I'm working with Daz also on some shit. He going, and then it got real tense in the room, and then it was like, no, we don't fuck with Daz.
Yeah,
but and now y'all worked it out. Last time I talked to you, Daz put me on the phone with you.
Yeah, that's my brother, man.
Yeah.
You know, when it's real, you know. And Dog and Delmar was hot at me. Dog and Daz was real hot at me for the decision that I made, and I felt they shouldn't have been. And the end result of it is, you know, we worked it out and got it together, you know what I'm saying? Because we're really family.
Yeah.
And all, you know, brothers and sisters and all of that. You go through your ups and downs and separation and all that, but you never lose the fact of your family ties when it's real. You know what I'm saying? Ours is real. And that's why Dog accepted me back. And so did Daz.
Yeah.
See, they accepted me back as I came back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully, Baby and Wayne will work that out. If there's anything with that, who knows what that shit is? I don't know. I don't see it.
All right, man, I'm good. I think we got it all.
We in there now?
Documentary right there.
As we should.
My man.
All hood.